Hey, Blackreign. Ooh, yeah. Hey, 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 Blackreign. Ooh, yo. Hey, ha. Hey, Blackreign. Yeah. Hey, Blackreign. Ooh, yeah. Who you think is the best in the league? Blackreign. Who you think these people tryna see? Blackreign. Pros online still in my place. For what? Who you think these people wanna be? Blackreign. Who you know with a drift like this? Blackreign. Who you know with a drift like that? Blackreign. Who you know with a stick like this? Hey, who you know with a stick like that? You reading ebooks, but this is a pro read. Sometimes I do this with no read. They said it I'm sticky, they said I'm too OP. I can be down 14, come back in the fourth, win the game out with no lead. If you ain't got 200 or better, I'm sending it back. Don't you even approach me, don't need to go pro, cause you already know me. Yo, hey, Blackreign. Oh, yeah.
Alright, man, we back at it. 122 game win streak. I done stole 2 natties from these people. Let's see if I can win myself my own national championship. And today's topic of conversation, we're gonna get into how I kind of got started with YouTube. So, if you watched the last LSU video, kind of got a taste of how I got to Florida and everything like that. But how I got to Florida was I was in Ohio, and my homie, who was one of my teammates, fellow linebacker, I actually took his spot. It's funny. I took his spot, but to start off, he was smarter than me, right? He was smarter than me. I was just more athletic than him. So he would tell me, like, what was going on before, like, coach would call defensive play, and he would tell me what I had. You feel me? Like, he would, like before the play, like, he looking at formations, and he'd just, bam, tell me, we side by side, here, bam, hey, you got this right here, bam, bam, if they, hike, and I'm like, oh, shit, he just said if I got, bam, I got that, cool. But I was just, like, more athletic than him to be able to make the plays, you know what I'm saying? So he sat down and taught me the playbook. Once I learned, like, the ins and outs, I could perform and do the things better than he could, and I actually took his spot. And there was never no hard feelings, you know what I'm saying? Cool dude. Even so cool that afterwards, he ended up quitting. And got a head start on life, and came down to Orlando. He was originally from Orlando, but he came back down and got a job at health insurance. It's crazy. He owned his own, like, he had the top now in the office. He, like, it's crazy. He had the top tippity top in the office, making buku money right now. But he was like, yeah, bro, I'm doing health insurance right now, crazy money. And I seen him making crazy money. And he was like, all you got to do is just get your license and come down. You can stay with me, bro. You got an extra room. Like, just get your license and come down and stay with me. And then we're going to get a new crib soon, in a couple months. But, yeah. So I was like, bet. I really wasn't doing nothing in Youngstown but hustling. I was just, you know what I'm saying, making $1 here, making $1 there. In a crazy little ass city filled with drama and filled with violence, and I was just, you know, with people that I didn't really know, but I was making good money, but I didn't want to continue making money like that. To a point to where, like, I had got this little on paper, I had got this warehouse job. I lived in Youngstown, but I got this warehouse job in Akron, which is like 45 minutes, and I was working second shift, bro. I was going in at like 11. No, I was going in at like 2 and at 2 to 10, and I wasn't getting home till 11 at night. And I kind of did that. I wanted to do that to try to keep me, like, focused and, like, not going out, not trying to make money throughout the day, like, trying to stay out the streets pretty much. I had street money, but I was like, let me try to do something to get some money on paper. So let me rewind for a minute, right? Let me rewind for a minute. So, boom. I was doing the let me rewind for a minute, right? So, nah, we'll keep it going like this. So, I had been working there for a couple months. Then my homie hit me up and was like, yo, you know, I know you're a hard worker, blase. Got this insurance job for you. If you just get your license, here's the instructions, you know what I'm saying? here's this website right here. You do all the pre-tests. You learn about it. You go to the clinic, or not the clinic, but you go to the office, take the test. You pass the test. You get your license. You come on down, and you good to go. Like, you get your license, come on down. As soon as you get your license, pack your shit. You can come and live with me, and I teach you the ropes. It's like, bet. Couple tries, like 2 tries. First try I failed. I think you needed like a 75 on a test or something. First try I got like a 71 or something. Then I ended up passing it. And he was like, "What's up? What you doing?" So I told my girlfriend, I was like, "Listen, hey, I'm headed to Florida." You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Trying to start my career somewhere. She's like, "All right, bet." So boom. Moved to Florida. Me and my dog. Me and my puppy at the time. She had a room for me. Bam. Selling health insurance for a minute. That's how I got to Florida. And then we ended up moving to a fat crib in Orlando. We was in Oviedo, right by UCF campus. Then we moved at this fat crib right by the airport. And who goes here? What is this? A slot corner. We're gonna, Turner. And it was a 5-bedroom crib, 5 bath. And the way it was set up is it was the guys from the office, and we had it set up like, y'all know how they got the Twitch cribs with people just recording in each room, and we had it like that, but it was like we was selling insurance plans out of each room, bro. Like, we was making buku money out the crib. And like when we didn't go to the office, we would just be in the crib just making money, like on calls and shit like that. So, and then I was there for like 8-9 months. I think it was like 5 of us. The rent was like $2,600. We was splitting it, bro. It was like $600, $500 a piece, and it was chill. It was cool, nice vibes. I'm talking about big ass, like 3,200 square foot house in this rich ass neighborhood, bro. We ended up getting the crib, like 8-9 months. I ran up a bag. If you watched the last video, then I ran up a bag doing that. Then I ended up moving to Tampa. Me and my shorty, I told my shorty had came down to visit a couple times in Orlando while I was still down here, but told her to come down, move down here with me. You know what I'm saying? We'll get a crib in Tampa, and we'll go from there. And we did. And that's how I got into gaming. Now, mind you, right, start over, right, from the beginning. I had been into gaming way for a long time before I started YouTube, right? My biggest thing is I just didn't know about Twitch. I didn't know about none of the social media shit. I didn't know what a pro player was. I didn't know what YouTube. I didn't know what none of that shit actually was. I just knew that I was good at the game. You know, so I knew I was street good. Played against a bunch of guys. That can't be the read. Played against a bunch of people in the streets. Like, I was always street good. Made great money gambling on the game. To the point where, if y'all know who Joff is, a lot of people do from my channel and just in general. But I was living in Ohio and at Youngstown, and Joff ended up transferring to school there. He ended up transferring to Youngstown State. He ended up being my roommate. And me and him used to go back and forth, like, playing the game, like, crazy. To a point where, like, where I'm from, in South Carolina, it's a big gambling. It's a big gambling town where I'm from. And a lot of people just like to play the game, so thank you. So what we would do was we would go back, like, we was in Ohio, we would come to South Carolina and just, like, hey, set up, we'd be on Facebook, I'd be like, hey, set up games, you know what I'm saying? Anybody want to play, set it up. Me and Joff finna come down and run that shit. And we did. We would come down like once a month, some shit like that, and we play in big money games. I'm talking about in a house full of gun. I'm talking about it just 2 people in front of the TV, game on the floor, wherever the TV on the box, wherever the TV was at. hella people in the living room in the house standing behind you, like hella big money games, bro. Like thousands on the floor, that like 10,000 on the floor here. They side betting. He got, and all you got to do is play, bro. All they want you to do is just play. Hey, don't talk to my player. Don't be talking to him, telling him what plays. Don't tell him he missed that read. None of that shit going on. Ain't none of that. You better, just play. You know what I'm saying? Play. Ain't no talking to, man, you can say what you want, but don't make me feel like you trying to help him or something like that. Nah, shit over with. Bet off. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta watch what you say in there type shit. So, we done that a lot in college. Made some crazy money, bro. You know what I'm saying? We bet our own money, but people side bet on us. And then when we win our money and we get a little piece of the side bets too, you feel me? So shit was smooth. We was meeting in Charlotte, but they was having people coming from Atlanta. They had people coming from different places to play. And I didn't know who none of these guys was, nothing like that at all. But Joff kind of knew who they were because he was kind of like in the scene, not in the pro scene already, but he was like underground, like knew who all these players was and shit like that. So a lot of guys who are in these big money games and stuff like that, that's underground, I played a bunch of them. So I was already in the scene as far as like I already knew how to play and things like that. So when I moved to Florida and the new game dropped, I think Madden 20 had just dropped, I was just grinding the leaderboard. I never was in any MUT, never was in any franchise, none of that shit, bro. Just straight regular teams, ball the fuck out. You feel me? Hey, back up. Why y'all acting like that? Oh, I thought I put a hook right there. I thought I had a hook right. I didn't have a hook right there. I didn't. That's on me. That's on me. I got a hook right there now. How does he have so much time? That's a good ball. I know I shouldn't be blitzing that. Can't bliss that. I don't even know why I'm blissing that in the first place. If I'm gonna bliss it, you can't bliss that like that. So, yeah. So my job was just my on paper job was I was doing appointment setting for my homie in insurance sales still. So I would just get on the computer and I had a lead system and I had a cell phone and a cell phone app, and I just copied this number into the cell phone app with already pre-saved messages. So I would just sit there for a couple hours in the morning from 8 to 12, copy this number, paste it, send, copy, paste, send, copy, paste, send, copy, paste, send. And I would do that. And then once people respond to me, I was the one, you know how y'all get those text messages blowing you up about coverage, insurance coverage, and coverage on your car, you know what I'm saying, insurance. I was one of the ones who was sending them messages like that, spamming your shit. And in the lead system, it come through every 3 days. Your number comes through the system. I'm spamming your shit with a different message next time. You know what I'm saying? Spamming your shit. Spamming. I was one of those ones who were doing that. You feel me? There's real people sending those messages. Well, back then it was real people sending those messages out. It probably ain't real people these days. But yeah, I would spam your shit. Then once you respond, bam, here I am having a conversation with you. Then I would set the appointment on and figuring out when you was wanting coverage. You feel me? But yeah, I was one of the ones doing that. You feel me? So, and I was getting paid. I was on an hourly. I was on hourly with him. Well, it was. Oh, catch that. It wasn't hourly, it was salary, my bad. I was getting $500 a week doing that. And I would get like 10% of every sale that he did. So I was making $2,000 a month doing pretty much sending text messages. And he was a good closer, so I was making like $3,500 a month with commission included. So I was chilling. Plus I was doing my little do on the side still too. So I had a lot of time to play the game. So once I got into the game, you know what I'm saying, I had a homie. He was on the leaderboard, and he would like hit me up and be like, hey bro, I'm top. I'm like, no, why y'all start jogging? Gotta make tackles. He hit me up like, yo bro, I'm like rank 141. I'm like, oh shit. So I start playing, got in front of him, and then me and him just started having a competition about who can get top 100. Then once we got top 100, it was, you know what I'm saying, oh, I'm top 60 now, 50 now. And he couldn't get no farther than like 72. And then I was like top 50, then 40, then 30, then 20s. And then my homie was just like, damn, I see you on the leaderboard, bro. You killing it. Like, tired of losing? Here at Rain Game Picks, the focus is doing research and finding the safest picks to ensure wins. If you can copy and paste, you can make money. All of my team bets are being placed on fullstarsportsbook.com. They are a sportsbook that you can use in all 50 states. To get an account created, message them Rain4 on Instagram, and they will create you an account and give you a 100% deposit match with free play. So if you deposit 100, you get a free $100. Join the VIP membership and copy the same bets as me every single day. If you're just interested in player props and prize picks is available in your state, for new users, use code RAIN4 and play $5 and instantly get a free $50. Join the VIP membership for just prize picks or the VIP Elites membership for player props and team bets. If prize picks isn't available in your state, you can use fullstarsportsbook.com for player props as well. Once again, here at Rain Game Picks, the focus is doing research to find the safest picks and winning as a team. You killing it. You know what I'm saying? I need you to start streaming on Twitch so I can see what you running. So I started streaming on Twitch, and I started just putting the title like, you know, top 15 in the world, top 20 in the world. And it used to just be my homeboys watching, and then all of a sudden we started getting some viewers, you know what I'm saying? So I started doing it more often. We getting viewers. And then it just became normal. You know what I'm saying? I started having like consistent people in there. Now I'm top 10, top 15. Then I go and get a face cam. People like, hey bro, what you look like? We want to see what you look like, bro. You new in the community, bro. So I'm like, oh, okay, what I don't know community y'all talking about, but all right, cool. So boom. I go and get a face cam and all this, and now, you feel me? I'm top 10, top 5. Now all of a sudden I'm number 1. You know what I'm saying? We just grinding this shit. And then I'm number 1 for a little minute, and now I'm going through my messages, my Xbox messages on stream, and it's a message from TD Barrett. And the exact message go like, hey, what's up, bro? I see you ranked number 1 in the world. I would like to play against you. I wanted to throw it so bad. Fuck. I see you number 1 in the world. I would like to play against you. You know what I'm saying? Blase, blase. If you got time, let's run it. Didn't know who the fuck TD Barrett was at the time. Like I said, I wasn't really big into the community as far as like YouTube and all that stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, the people who was watching went crazy, like, hey, yo, bro, hey, go, you gotta line that up. You gotta play TD. I'm like, who TD Barrett? They was like, go look at his YouTube. Go look at the YouTube. You know who he is. Go look. I'm like, okay, cool. Went and took a look at his YouTube. Seen he had like 1 million subscribers. And at the point in time, I'm like, shit, what that's gonna do for me? This shit, he got 1 million. I ain't got 1 million. They was like, that's how collabs work, bro. Like, you play against him, and then he tag you on his channel type shit, and then that's how you get more viewers. I'm like, oh, okay. I see how this shit work. Why should be open right here? So you gotta catch that. I'm like, okay, I see how this shit work. Okay, cool. I'll hit him up and see what you're talking about. So I hit him up, and we used to play a bunch of games off of stream. Like we would never, because we would play a bunch of games off stream. Okay, let's see. What is he running? Straight man to man. We would play a bunch of games off stream, and I would just use them as YouTube videos, right? So, because he wasn't a streamer at the time. Well, he never really been a streamer. He just was a YouTuber. So, boom. Like, a lot of the games that we would play, like, we couldn't post because they were just such blowouts, bro. Like, I would just destroy him. To a point where, like, he wasn't scoring. Game was over first quarter, second quarter type shit. So, the games really start turning into lab sessions. And that's kind of how, like, it started. Like, instead of us playing, it's me labbing up with him and showing him how to play. Like, back in Madden 20, it was like I was running single back wing Z stretch, and I was running 3-4 odd blitz and sending the crib type shit with adjustments in the back end. So it was just me showing him how to do all that shit. And then I think he ended up hitting a Form, because Form had the #1 defense in Madden 20 on Regs. So we all started like labbing up together. Not me and Form never really labbed together, but me and Form would like lab with TD and teach him like how to play the game, bro. Like, cause TD was like, back then he wasn't like comp. He was like a content creator. But people looked at him as comp, and we didn't. We looked at him as like a content creator type shit. Like, you feel me? So once we started teaching him how to play, and then we started doing YouTube videos. So the first video that we kind of did was like a trying to see if I can hold him to 0 points. It wasn't even a video as far as like us play, like let's see if I can win. It was a let's see if I can hold you to 0 points type of video. And it's because I had already been doing that. So it was like a, hey, let's see if we can, you know what I'm saying, do something for the clicks now. Let's see if we can do something for the clicks now, you know what I'm saying? Because as far as like the comp go, there was no comp between us, but he needed something for the views. He knew how to work YouTube. And I was just trying to win. When I play against him, I was like, I'm just trying to win, bro. I don't know how to do this shit for the content. I'm doing this shit for the win. You feel me? Trying to beat you, bro. So whenever I beat you, I can post it on YouTube, and folks are gonna rock on my channel, not knowing that's not how the shit really worked. Cause me beating TD Barrett really wasn't like that impressive. Because TD wasn't in like the pro scene. You feel me? But it was cool because I was featured in a video with TD Barrett. You feel me? That's why it was cool. So whereas I'm sitting here thinking, hell yeah, I'm finna steal all TD's subscribers because they gonna want to watch me once I beat him. It didn't work like that. YouTube don't work like that. You don't beat somebody and steal their subscribers because you beat them. Not on YouTube. You feel me? YouTube don't really work like that. It's crazy. I didn't think he would still throw that. So I started kind of like, you know, back then it got to a point to where like, so our first video was see if I can hold him to 0 points. He was like, if you can, I'll get you an Elgato, right? So Elgato pretty much is a streaming device that you use to record your gameplay. So right now I have an Elgato that's synced up that kind of like connects all this shit together pretty much. And he was like, if you beat me, I'll get you an Elgato. I was like, what do I need that for? He was like, well, it gets you better quality too. You know what I'm saying? Because I was streaming from my laptop. I still got the same laptop that I was using in 2020. I got the same laptop I was sending messages off of for the same laptop that I was sending messages off of for insurance. Same exact. No, that's not the same exact. No, it's not the same exact laptop. That laptop ended up crashing, and it just crashed last year though, and I took it to a pawn shop, and I sold it, and I ended up getting another one, the same exact one though, but like with a little bit more storage. But bro, the laptop, I just use the laptop now to edit. You know what I'm saying? But I was streaming off of a MacBook Air type shit. And he was like, yeah, but the Elgato, you know, it's gonna give you better quality. Instead of streaming 720, you can stream 1080p off of it. I was like, oh, bet, say less. You know what I'm saying? I know it's double drag. He ain't got time to throw that shit up there. He ain't got time to throw that. He ain't got time to throw that back there. Too much heat. Too much heat coming. Too much heat. So in the video, if you go and watch, it's on TD's channel. It's got over 1 million views. I didn't hold him to 0 points. I think he scored like the last play of the game type shit. And he was like, bro, you must have let me score. And I was like, it is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's content. So, yes. So, he said, end up getting me the Elgato, right? And he called me. We were talking. He like, bro, you can be a great YouTuber. You can be an amazing YouTuber. You got the background. You got the like smarts. You got everything you need to be a consistent YouTuber, bro. Like, you should do it. So I was like, how should I do it? He was like, you should just keep live streaming and then take those live streams and cut them up to YouTube videos. You feel me? So this whole time while I was doing Twitch, I was making no money because you gotta get monetized first before you can make money. And then to get monetized on YouTube back then, I don't know what it is now, but back then you needed 1,000 subscribers and you needed 4,000 watch hours. So what I did was, I was like, listen, if y'all want me to do YouTube, I'm about to create this YouTube channel right here, and I need y'all to go ahead and go subscribe to it. And once it gets to 1,000 subscribers, I'll drop the first video. You feel me? So that's how my YouTube took off real fast, because I already had subscribers from Twitch. So I already had subscribers from Twitch, and I just got those Twitch guys to go over to hit that subscribe button. So then after my first week of YouTube, I got 4,000 watch hours, and I actually started making money off of it after the first week, which is a lot of people don't make money. God damn. A lot of people don't make money off of YouTube for a long time, but after the first week is when I got monetized, because I had the 1,000 subscribers already. Then the 4,000 watch hours came super fast. Super duper fast. So that's how I ended up on YouTube. Shout out to TD Bear for all the help. But one thing I've never done, I've never really sat down with TD and asked them like how to do this or how to do that. Like, what's the best way to get? What's the best way to like get? Like, I've never really like got the sauce from him as far as like when to post, how to post, what settings should I have my YouTube on. Nothing like that, which is I kind of regret, because you know, I wish I would have sat down and like and asked him like, yo bro, how do you get into like the algorithm? You know what I'm saying? How do you get into that? What's the main thing that I should be looking for? What's the main things I should be looking for? And like, what's the, you know what I'm saying, what hashtags should I be using? Things like that. I never really, because when I started posting my first YouTube videos, they was rolling, bro. Each video doing 10 to 20,000 each one. You feel me? Each video, I'm getting 1,000. The first hour, it was a bad video if I didn't have 1,000 views in the first hour. You feel me? Madden 20, when I first came on the scene, and that's before I really knew how to like. Before I had a good camera, before I had like all this shit set up, it was just like generic, but it was like raw, and people loved it, bro. People loved it. And then once you get into the scene so much, you know what I'm saying, the past couple years, you know, people got an idea. And I was new, and I came in with stick work. People didn't know what the fuck stick work was when I first came into the scene. People didn't know what getting sticky was. People never seen nobody run with LaShawn McCoy like that in Madden 20. Like, I brought a new element to it. You feel me? So people really wasn't really sure on what was going on. People never really seen the regs community turned up like that. I had regs turned up. Boy, I had regs. Because everybody was doing mud and shit like that. And I had regs turned up. And it got other people involved in regs too. You know, Form started his YouTube channel around the same time as mine. You know what I'm saying? Regs was lit back then. Now, no disrespect to any other people that came before me, anything like that. Not saying I started the Regs movement at all. I just never watched other content creators to even know, like, if they was, you know what I'm saying? I never really watched them to know, like, what was going on. So I can't speak of anything that was before me. You know what I'm saying? I just know when I got there, Regs was lit. And then I went like the casual route with it, you know, just creating content. Now, when I look back at it, I could have went the more turnt way, and I could have went like the villain way. Like when Ciabatta first got on the scene, he went the villain way. You know what I'm saying? The villain gonna always be in the scene more than the cool, calm, collective dude. Always. I feel that way. I feel like the villain nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, you know, because people like more toxic shit. You feel me? TD's channel stayed the way his was. Consistent because of the way he grew his fan base, you know what I'm saying? MMG, you know what I'm saying? When you go like straight content, oh my God. When you go straight content like that, you're gonna always be lit. You know what I'm saying? When you go now also TD had a team. MMG got a team. TD had an editor. TD had a thumbnail guy. All TD had to do was just play. You feel me? And everything else was handled. So that's what kind of makes it easy. You feel me? When all you got to do is focus on playing, and when you get done playing, that's it. Like, as soon as I turn this off right here, that's it. I can sit back and relax. And I got a guy who finna chop this video up for me, edit it up. Got a thumbnail guy who gonna put they all in the same group chat. They all finna bam. He finna put a thumbnail on it, and then I got a guy who finna upload it to my YouTube. I got a guy who's good with knowing like hashtags and stuff. I got a guy who know like how to get in the algorithm. I got a pro YouTube dude who know like, you feel me? Oh, I played it too. I got a guy who know how to do everything. You feel me? There's a guy for everything, and all I gotta do is just sit back and just play. That's all I gotta do is just play. You know how sweet that shit sound? Now, mind you, right? While all this is going on, you know what I'm saying? You still gotta pay each one of these people, but you paying for the professional work. When you got all this shit going on, it's gonna be top notch. Like, it's gonna be that. It's gonna be that gas. You feel me? So you know what you paying for. You paying for quality. So boom, once you get it paid for, you sit back, you get all these people paid out, and you still profiting off of just sitting here playing. So that's why TD was able to just let me grab that. Thank you. That's why TD was able to bang out these franchises in 24-hour franchises and shit. You feel me? It's because that's it. Now, me personally, now I'm just comparing it as far as like the work and like things like that, because if I bang out a 24-hour franchise, now I gotta sit here, edit this up and do this right here and do that and do this and thumbnail, and I gotta upload it. I gotta make sure it's synced. I gotta do everything. You feel me? So that's why I say those type of guys gonna always have the advantage, because they got a team of people doing the shit for you. You got people looking at analytics as far as like, okay, this video did that good when we did this. Okay, let's try to do that again. You know what I'm saying? Boom. And once you get into the algorithm and once you get into the rhythm of it and that money get the flowing, you don't give a fuck how much you paying this guy and that guy and that guy and that guy and that guy when you making buku money. You feel me? You can pay that guy $60,000 a year. You can pay him $50,000 a year. You can pay him $50,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? You can pay him $50,000 a year. You can pay out $200,000 a year to these guys when your channel making $2 million a year. You feel me? And I don't even know if that's what he was making, but at one point in time, TD Barrett told me he was making like $60,000 a month off YouTube. You feel me? And that was back in like Madden 20. That's what made me first start. Like, I was like, you making what a year? 60? What a month? 60 a month? I'm like, if I can make 5,000 a month, I'm cool with that. You feel me? That's what made me start doing YouTube for real. Like, nigga making 60,000 a month? Oh my God. If I can make 5,000, if I can make 7,000 a month, I'm chilling. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? So if in Madden 20 he was making $750,000 a year, he can afford to pay out $200,000 a year. He making $500,000 profit. You feel me? You feel me? You gotta start thinking of the numbers, bro. So, you know, it's money in this shit, but I should have went to, and I still can go the more professional route and hire people and things like that. But this really isn't like my passion and my dream. So I think I'm gonna invest my money elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate y'all watching the video. Smash like button, comment down below. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, Blackreign, yeah.